bass and a standard tuning bass. But just to make traveling easier, I just decided to get a 5-stringer and just transpose everything, which has been quite a chore lately.
Well, I mean, it's kind of smart though.
Yeah, it is. I feel like it is.
It'll make you a better musician in the end too.
Right.
Yeah.
Learning all those hand positions.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Last but not least.
I'm Maria. I want to go back to the thing that Chris was talking about when we first all jammed, because I didn't know we were going to jam really. Like the very first time. I don't even know how that happened.
Well, one day I had a microphone in there and I had just got it and I wanted to test it out, and we were doing guitar lessons and I was just making something up and you started singing stuff all over it, and I recorded that and I showed Chris that. I'm like, look, she can just scat melodies so easily. And so then, like, I was like, let's try a jam.
It was so funny because it was all super. Like, I still am such a newbie. I'm such a rookie. I feel like an idiot so often because these guys are so talented. And I tell everybody that asks me about the band that I just feel super, super lucky to have been, like, surrounded by all these really talented musicians, because I learn a lot from them. But yeah, I remember it was me, Chris, and Mark for a while, and then Isaac got thrown in there, and then
I was last.
He was last.
No, yeah.
Was he?
Because Chris Rogers got a hold of me saying that you guys needed a bass player.
All right, yeah.
And then I remember we jammed, and then we jammed one time, and then when we decided to bring Isaac in on the next jam, that's when me and Chris found out that we jammed before.
Maria was always like, in those beginnings, she was always like, do you think anybody will ever come hear us play? You think anybody would really want to come play with us? You know?
I do remember that.
And it's funny because Mark and I were just like, because Maria has this just able to, whatever's inside, come out through that voice, man, and it's pretty freaking special, and like, yes, people will want to play with you, you know. But
it's hilarious.
We knew. I'm sorry. I said we knew that we wanted this guy, but he was really busy, so we just kind of like we were putting it together with him in mind too.
They kept inviting me to jam. We come over and jam, and they like, I didn't really feel like I had time for another band at that time because I was already in 4. And I was like,
yeah, because you and Mark
I do remember
already
that now.
and then I just kept inviting me over to jam, and then like, it just seemed like jamming to me, you know, like it didn't seem like it was ever going to be like, I mean, I don't know, I wasn't trying to make it that serious for me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really want to be in another band, but I'd go over there and jam, you know. And then it just got to the point where it got too good. I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to fucking just be in this band because it's too good.
I remember at the beginning too, like the very, very beginning when it was just me, Chris, and Mark. I didn't know if it was going to be an actual band. I remember asking all the time, like, do you think this really is going to be something?
As we were writing like 4 songs, you know. Like,
typical girl, you know, like in relationships. Is this going to be anything, or are we just having fun?
You think people will come to the show?
you put the work in. You put the work
in.
That's another thing. She doesn't know what a bad show is like, because we played about 17 shows and they've all been pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, not like we didn't have a bad experience or anything.
Our lowest grade was
crashed and burned.
Get kicked out of the bar.
Yeah, nothing really bad has happened.
These old guys, they've seen those situations.
Yeah, we're like, oh, we got to keep Maria's morale up if we have a bad show, because she doesn't know what that's like yet.
Yeah.
Oh, we were like all ready to like tell her, don't trip. This happens sometimes.
Well, I remember seeing you guys like the very first time, or maybe just one of the very first times. You know, not the first time. But I was pretty surprised. It's like, wow, this is a very random assortment of people, and like they all do play in like other stuff, you know. And I was interested of how it was actually going to mesh, and I was really surprised. And yeah, you guys just kept getting better and better, and it's fucking awesome to see.
Thank you.
And like Isaac said, like, you know, you kind of were like, I kind of have to be in this band. I definitely saw that because you were in so many other projects, and then all of a sudden it kind of seemed like, nah, this is like one of your top ones.
Yeah, I mean, it just, you know, there's all kinds of different factors that played into it, but as of right now, I'm in a lot less bands, and in this this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys talked a little bit about, like, in the early days, how songwriting came about. Is that still how you guys do it, or how does that come about?
Because
you guys have
other guys now that are
It's
contributing
it's
too. So
I think what makes it an easy process is just the fact of just keep on going at it. It's like there's times where we'll play a certain section for about half an hour, you know, and it's for a section that's only like 2 seconds long. You know?
Yeah.
So, but the good thing is that I feel like we all don't really have too big of an ego in between us that like, oh no, we should do it this way because of this, because I've been doing this, or
everybody's pretty open about let's give it the good hard try, you know.
Yeah.
And if you feel that way strongly, let's work that then and try it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It helps that everyone in this group has a really open mind too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's so many different personalities just all clashing together.
It's already hard enough trying to get a band together, but we just happen to sync well together.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Maria actually wrote an entire song and just contributed that out of nowhere. Brought the whole thing.
Go Away.
All of it.
Yeah, that
Go
song
Away
we
is
played.
her song.
Yeah.
And we
Nice.
put our instrumentation to it, and our parts now developed.
Yeah.
But she brought the whole melody, the whole timing, and the whole song lyrics.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like normally one of the guys will be like, hey, I have this part, and then they start playing it, and then everybody kind of contributes, and then I find a melody on top of that, and then I put words to it.
Yeah.
But that song happened, I was sitting in a coffee shop, and I was just, like, writing down words, and kind of think of a melody, humming melodies and stuff, and then I showed it to them, and they picked it up really fast, so I think Chris and Mikey were the first ones to really pick that one up.
Yeah.
It's because that one's kind of you had that different kind of rhythm in it, and that's kind of when the rhythm doesn't start right on the one; it's on that two right there.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of that was such a neat new way of seeing how music's made, that someone can just the lyrics and have all the notes there in their voice, which for me is new as far as. I haven't been around that a whole lot, so
I struggled with it a little to like find my place in that for a bit, because I was like, whoa, but I didn't want to like force anything on it. I want to try to like keep like her idea real good out front. I never answered the question that you asked us all, and I don't know if anyone else did, but I thought that this band is going to be a psychedelic rock band.
Okay.
That's my idea.
Oh, yeah.
Acid rock.
Originally, but we started veering off because we are all funky, and we're all like a little extra heavier.
Yeah,
and
me and Mark playing a death metal band too.
some of that comes out in the guitars.
I often describe the group as being a psychedelic funk metal band.
That's a good way to put it.
That's the closest thing that I could come up with. There's so many ways that you could describe like acid rock, or how these guys have been saying like doomy rock or whatever.
I have that in mind on some of them.
Yeah.
But like with her voice, we could just veer off into pop music very quick.
Yeah.
We could do some pop.
Or, some really good anything really.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like how we're gonna end up. I don't know.
My friend Tasia, shout out to Tasia. He's pretty cool.
He is
Cool cat.
Yeah, he, one time he told me, well, he says when people ask him about our band, that he tells them that we are between, like, Alice in Chains and, what's the other name of that band? White Rabbit.
Oh, Jefferson Airplane.
Jefferson
nice.
Airplane and Alice in Chains.
Okay.
And that's
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that on some of them.
It's
too.
way better than the Evanescence comparison that we get
Yeah,
like
oh my
these guys 3,000 times.
Oh yeah.
I did hear Lacuna,
No,
Boyle.
I feel bad. I've said that
The-
before.
They adamantly rejected.
But that was
there's
before.
not a
That was
lot-
before. That was before.
There's not a lot to compare it to, though.
Yeah,
And what we're doing, I mean, at least that's people would know mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good female singers out there. Right now, we've been jamming this band called Huntress. It's fronted by Jill Janis, and it's like a real heavy, super good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like best
jam a lot.
metal. Yeah, we've all been jamming that.
Yeah.
so much.
Wikipedia says
lot of
they're
person
classic
too.
heavy metal.
Classic.
Classic.
Okay.
That's what Huntress is.
Just
According
she
to
had,
Wikipedia.
Jill Janis took her own life in 2018, though, and
Wow.
before I even knew what the band was, before I discovered them, it's Chris turned me on to them,
Mm.
and it's crazy with what's out there. Though for female singers, like there's so many, but I think her voice is definitely unique with how we're putting our music down.
Oh, for sure. There's so many different layers and different textures to everything.
Different influences.
This guy is putting harmonies on the guitars and stuff, adding some textures that definitely are standing out.
Oh yeah. And you got Mikey's bass lines in there.
Melodic,
Chris's grooves.
a lot of melodic stuff coming from the bass.
Mhm.
Mikey and Chris are known as Thuposaurus Rex.
The rhythm section, yeah.
Well, when he plays through the Thumpasaurus.
There's a
Bass-
little bit
bass
of
man.
controversy in the band.
Yeah.
Chris wants him to use his. You tell it.
Yeah, I have two bass amps. I have a 100-watt orange cab that's just a 15-inch sub,
Mhm.
but I also have this big monster of a Fender Bassman 100 that has
Oh,
four
yeah.
12s on it,
Mhm.
and I mean that thing can rumble, and
Yeah.
I don't even turn it up to like half of the power that it uses, and I
It's
can
tunes.
rumble the studio so easily. But lately, with playing with the 5-stringer, those lower frequencies really break out those 12-inch speakers.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I really think I should, if I'm gonna play through that one, I'll probably have to play it with a 4-stringer again.
Dang.
Yeah, but
It's huge. Puts it right up to Chris, like it's like this far from Chris's face, and he's like, "Get that closer."
And it's interesting because
It's just like
the 412-inch speakers actually don't come out of the same plane.
Yeah,
They
Oh,
point
yeah.
like,
they're like inverted,
Mhm.
you know, like
Trapezoid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and they
Weird.
point like towards a central point in front of the cab. Kind of, it's weird.
Yeah, we'll have to take that off to show you sometime. It's interesting.
It's not like
Yeah,
a
it's
straight.
We need to,
4x12.
We need to tilt it like at Chris, like the whole thing, like suspended by chains.
There's-
Yes.
We'll just
That
do that.
is
it's
what
like
we need.
right
That's what I
there.
need.
But it's
On
just
both
self-
Giving it to
sides.
you how you want to hear it. You know,
That's how Chris wants to die in a horrible bass cab accident.
That's how I wanted to go, man.
Man, that is not how I want to go.
it's a challenge getting monitor mixes that shows different places and stuff. When you know like the outcome, a lot of times the sound is pretty good out front, and you don't want to like be a pain for the guys, you know. But it's a challenge if you can't hear the right thing that you want to hear.
Yeah, there's just so many. Also, yeah, there's just a lot of people on stage, you know. You got to get everybody mixed right. I can feel that. I mean, even just for our 3-piece, it's kind of hard. I can imagine two extra people.
We had 7.
I got dreams
Yeah.
of being in a 3-piece.
We had 7 at our first show.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I forgot. You guys had also had a whole bunch of different orchestration, you know, with your lineup and everything. What is like the end goal for you guys? Is this what you guys kind of like? This 5-piece kind of thing? Is this kind of feeling good? Are you guys still thinking about adding more people, or what's the goal here?
I think the next song is going to be really indicative of what direction we're going to go next, and then we're also recording all the songs we already have,
Mhm.
and so we're learning a lot about what we sound like from those. But I think we've tried 2 different like synth guys recently, or not recently, but since the band started, and like one of those guys was in the band before I was in the band, and so I think eventually we would like to add a synth guy or a girl, and because we really liked what they were doing, we just haven't, like, we don't have know how to really write the parts, and I don't have the hands.
We
Yeah.
feel there's space there that we could utilize something with more synthesizer.
To make
Try
it
to-
more proggy, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good.
Uh-huh.
I think it'd be real good.
Well, it's just a little interesting that you say that, even with already having 5 people.
Well, we're pretty into making the song better, you know.
Yeah. I feel you.
We can hear it in some stuff.
What's up, everybody? About halfway through the interview. Excited for you to listen to the rest of it. But like I said, got some more music to get into. I'm going to play the same thing, some cruise control stuff again, and then some Stone Thrones. And then